Hey everyone, it's Adelaide Winterstep and welcome to today's video. So I posted twice today, but this was a really big thing that was definitely requested and had a lot of questions. So about Kensington, so I recently got requests of people like, when do I go or how do I go? And so I was thinking, maybe it's time for me to kind of clarify, but also let you guys join in as well. So Kensington is basically a horse trials and it has dressage, cross country, and show jumping, just like a typical eventing trial thing, similar to like Burley or badminton. And the thing with this is that I'm not actually hosting it. A huge disclaimer, I'm not actually hosting it. I will not be at any of the venues that I say at any of the times, but these I'm giving you the times and the venues so that you guys can take pictures in those venues and post them at those times as if you're actually there. So that way you can still seem as if you're there and make it seem like it's a real show, even though I'm not actually hosting it and it doesn't really exist. So here's the general overview. So here are the times and the places that the events are going to be at. The Trot Up is on Thursday, August 30th. That's when I'm going to be posting my video for that. So you guys can post the pictures that you've made for that event on your social media. Again, it's not actually being hosted, but you can make your own pictures and videos and post them on that day in that setting, as if you're actually there. So the Trot Up is on Thursday, August 30th in the Silverglade Winery Gardens. Dressage is on Friday, August 31st. That's the second day in the Riding Hall Dressage Arena. Cross country is on the third day on a Saturday, September 1st at Valdale Lake. And show jumping is on a Sunday on September 2nd at the Riding Hall Jumping Arena. Again, these are not being hosted, but you guys now have the venues and times that you know the setting of your pictures that you can take to pretend that you're actually there and when you'll post them. Even videos too. It's not just pictures that you can post. You can also post videos as well, and I'll get that in depth at the end of this video where I'll mention how you can do that. So the first event is the Trot Up. The Trot Up is basically a time where you lead your horse into a walk or trot to show judges, a panel of judges, and so that they can double check that your horse is sound before the competition starts. Typically there are multiple Trot Ups throughout the trials, but we're just doing one for the ease of it. And this Trot Up is going to be held on August 30th, and that is on a Thursday. And your setting should be in the Silverglade Winery. That's going to be this setting. Now, a couple of tips for gear for this is that number one, your person should be dressed up fancy in your picture or in your video, because that's what Trot Ups are about. You show off some fashion as well as you're leading your horse. And secondly, your horse's bridle / halter should be just very simple and clean. Those are my top two tips. Also, make sure that your horse looks very clean and styled. And so those are my basic tips for making a picture or a video that's definitely more professional and follows along actual guidelines. So the second day is the dressage, which many people consider the start of the trials. And this is going to be on a Friday on August 31st, and it's in the Riding Hall Dressage Arena. And so this is basically just going to be, of course, dressage, very simplistic. My couple of tips to make sure to remember is that I know the first thing you think of when you think dressage is, oh, I'm going to show off my horse doing a piaffe or something. The thing with eventing dressage and eventing, it's actually much more simplistic. It's not like Grand Prix dressage. Instead, they do simple things like half halts, half passes, things like that. And they don't actually have like piaffes or pirouettes as they would in Grand Prix dressage. So remember that. So don't take pictures with your horse doing the piaffe, because that's doesn't follow the eventing standards. And secondly, to remember is also that your helmet, you don't have to wear a professional dressage it's sort of like the traditional caps that you might see them wear. It's actually in the lower levels, it's mandated that you require a helmet. But since this is a higher level trial, you can wear either a cap or a helmet. So it's up to you for your pictures to be more realistic. Either is an option so that you know. Day 3 is cross country, and so day 3, it's on a Saturday, it's September 1st, and it's going to be held at the beautiful Valdale Lake. The nature is incredible, there's a bunch of jump options, and it just looks really great. So the tack for cross country is pretty simplistic. All it is just making sure, the only one thing to make your pictures extra realistic for this is going to be having a safety vest on, just like as you might see, they're like protection vests, and this can be in any style. stable has several forms of vests in the game that look just like protection vests, and so you can do any color to represent sort of your stable, since cross country is more lenient on the dress code. And so I recommend trying out different colors that represent your stable, different looks if you want long sleeve or short sleeve, and that's kind of a fun thing that you can do just so you know in your pictures. It's always awesome to represent your stable with your colors. The last day is show jumping. It's on a Sunday on September 2nd. It's going to be at the Riding Hall Jumping Arena. Beautiful here yet again. Show jumping is very lenient as well on their dress code, so I don't really have any tips for making your pictures super realistic. Just kind of have fun with it. Take a picture of your horse jumping one of these jumps. And so that's going to be the last day. That's going to be on the Sunday, so the end of the weekend. And so that'll be an awesome day. So now that you understand that Kensington is actually kind of like a photo competition, I want you guys to know how you can post the photos and still receive support from my channel, and so that you understand and get, kind of recognized for it. So what you're going to do, if you're going to post your picture, make sure to post it on the days. So if you're doing a dressage picture at Kensington, post it on that Friday, because that's the date that the dressage is. Same thing with all the other events. Also post it at that location, because that'll obviously follow along with what Kensington said it was doing. I recommend following my tips, because those really help to make your photos more realistic and follow the guidelines for eventing. And so those are obviously just some tips. But whenever you post your picture, if you're doing something like Instagram or Tumblr, I recommend doing hashtag Kensington SSO, and that allows me to check out your picture so I can look at what you did at Kensington. And if you are doing a video, in your description box, do hashtag Kensington SSO, and I can click on that or look up that hashtag, and I will see your video. So that's super cool. Kensington SSO, I have that in my description box. And so yeah, that's just kind of helpful for all you guys to know how I can see your posts. Again, disclaimer, this is not actually being hosted. It's like a photo competition. That is the idea here, but there's not really any competition. If you comment down below and you say that you want to join in, I can actually use your name, because in my videos, I will be doing a almost like leaderboard. At the end of each day, it'll show what places everyone is in. And if your name is in the comments, just say what your character name is, and your name will be on that leaderboard, just because I need names to put on these leaderboards as if it's actually placings. So go ahead and do that. They're going to be in random order. It's not going to be based off of your level or anything, just in random order. I just need star stable names with your guys' permission for me to use them in my video. And it's sort of like a free shout out, which is great, but just as me to use them on the leaderboard to make it look more realistic. Thank you everyone so much. If you have any questions, comment down below. Again, remember all these tips and tricks, and I hope you remember the days. I know it's a lot of information in one video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. Bye!